The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A most pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena. The Delaware Hockey Network on the 412 brings you the second half of a two-game weekend set between the SUNY Farmingdale Rams and the Delaware Blue Hens AAU college hockey team, meeting between the top two teams in the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference. The Rams victorious 5-1 in last night's meeting. The Hens looking to bounce back and pad their lead atop the Empire standings, where they currently sit 7-3-0. Farmingdale is 4-1-1. As we work toward the midpoint of the season. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. We will be back in just a few minutes' time to take a look at today's starting lineups and get a triple header of Delaware Blue Hens collegiate hockey underway. Here on the Delaware Hockey Network, it is all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena as we prepare to get a Saturday triple header underway. Farmingdale Rams, Delaware Blue Hens, meeting in the second half of this two-game weekend set. Both teams have taken to the ice, and without further ado, we're going to head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. Hockey fans, good afternoon, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Today, AAU college hockey and the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference present a regular season game between the visiting SUNY Farmingdale Rams and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet today's starting lineups. For the SUNY Farmingdale Rams, starting in goal number 32, Andrew Barron. On defense, number 55, Riley McGregor. And number 5, Jacob Kravitz. At forward, number 15, Sean O'Donnell. At right wing, number 47, Tim Duffy. And at center, number 9, Michael Lorico. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 30, Gavin Shornstein. On defense, number 6, Connor Brooks. And number 27, Matthew Crowell. Starting at left wing, number 18, Zach Solomon. At right wing, number 16, Ryan Anatra. And starting at center, number 25, Lane Singer. Your Blue Hens are coached by Joey Garrett. The on-ice officials for this afternoon's game, as appointed by AAU College Hockey, are referees Will Fannin and Brad Howington, and linesmen Adam Wheeler and Jack Fetcher. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups in our rearview mirror. Last adjustments, last preparations from Blue Hens and Rams alike. Delaware in their commemorative breast cancer awareness gray and pink sweaters. New York Ranger number font on the back and sleeves. We'll do our best to read them for you. Moving left to right. Farmingdale in their away black kits, stayed across the front in hunter green. Green numbers bounded in white trim on the back and sleeves. And it's not an 8-8 hockey game. It's a clean slate here on this Saturday afternoon. Adam Wheeler with the opening puck drop, and off we go. This is tipped over the glass and out of play in the Delaware zone. Faceoff comes just above the Delaware line. Only 14 seconds came off the clock in that opening exchange. Icing waved off as the Hens press into the Farmingdale zone. This is studied by Tim Duffy in the far corner. To McGregor. Taken away from Lorico, walking in for a shot. That was Ryan Anatra, but he threw the puck from close range right into the pads of Andrew Barron. Hens maintain. Slap shot from Crowell on a moving puck at the top of the zone. Was steered just wide. Now contested by Anatra in the near corner. He leaves this to Brooks. Long shot from well atop the left circle. Was high and wide. Rebound brought down behind the cage by Zach Solomon for Delaware. High to Crowell again. Solomon. Cross-ice pass through traffic in the slot. Tim Duffy couldn't get a stick on that one. This is controlled far side by DePrisco. Piecemeal line change. Up the initial shot from the left point from Brooks. It was saved easily by Barron. The follow-up chance on the doorstep ultimately to no avail. And this puck is cleared from deep in Farmingdale territory by Sean O'Donnell. The Rams in dire need of a change. 93 seconds into the first period after being pinned in their zone and an icing against the Blue Hens. Will give Farmingdale the opportunity to switch into attack mode. Faceoff's going to be spotted to the left of Gavin Schornstein, who's 2-0-0 on the year with a .405 goals against average and a save percentage recorded at just .688. Chris Keller could not get stick on puck in close. The shot from the edge of the paint was lofted over the glass and out of play. Face off to Schornstein's left. DePrisco overpowered in the circle by Chris Keller, centering the second Farmingdale line. Griffin O'Shaughnessy recovering for the Hens. Fired a cross-ice pass to Kyle Koch. His shot from the top of the left circle was blocked by the other 7, Jesse Burns. DePrisco, below the cage, tried to set up O'Shaughnessy on the welcome mat to no avail. O'Shaughnessy couldn't get the puck in good enough control to generate a close-up shot. DePrisco throws one into a congested low slot area. Puck taken away by Bridgewood for the Rams. Stick back the other direction. DePrisco chasing this down. He's got some help in the far corner from Kyle Koch, but ultimately Bridgewood standing his ground forces the turnover. Rolling puck back into the Farmingdale end, corralled by Frank Alessi. Alessi, stretch pass to Konkowski, leads to a 3-on-3 attack for the Rams, but the shot from the near half wall under duress was well wide. 2-on-2 counterattack for Delaware coming the other way. Koch, cross-ice feed to O'Shaughnessy. Tipped off the toe of his stick. He chased it to the near corner but could not maintain momentum. Nick Viola holding on. Dumps the puck in behind the Farmingdale goal. It's played out the other side by Thomas Smith. Subsequently cleared, but the breakout pass intended for Ivers. The cherry-picking Farmingdale forward was broken up. This entry is clean, but the shot off the Ivers feed across to, is that Brandon Hughes? Believe you me, the only place a 91 and a 27 look alike. Joseph LaChase was the one with the blocked shot. Are these Farmingdale sweaters on the sleeves a combination of the number font and the low contrast color? Making it a challenge to decipher player numbers, but no doubt about this one, Thomas Ivers crosses through the low slot and lofts one past Schornstein to give the Rams the early lead. Thomas Ivers walks that in all alone. At the 3:35 mark of the first period. And after their 5-1 win yesterday, SUNY Farmingdale bounces right out to the early lead to maintain their momentum over the weekend. Farmingdale goal, his third of the season, scored by number 92, Thomas Ivers, assisted by number 77, Thomas Smith. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 35 seconds in the first period. Ivers, his third from Smith at 3:35. This shot from McGregor rolled through the slot, skipped right into the Schornstein glove, and that gives us a pause in play with 4 minutes and 27 seconds elapsed in period number 1 from Fred Rust Arena. Lane Singer in for the face-off for Delaware. Unable to hold the left point was Frank Alessi, trailing back to the blue line, but the re-entry is good. Cross-ice feed, another goal. Two rapid-fire tallies for Farmingdale. And this one goes to Lorico. Duffy's going to get the helper on that one as well. This goes up into the netting off the Tim Duffy stick and out of play. So 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Have gone by. Another Schornstein save, another pause in play. And now we've got those particulars on the second Farmingdale goal. It indeed was Michael Lorico, notching his second of the year. Farmingdale goal, his second of the season, scored by number 9, Michael Lorico. Assisted by number 83, Frank Alessi, and number 15, Sean O'Donnell. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 38 seconds in the first period. Lorico's second from Alessi and O'Donnell at 4:38. So the Hens with their back to a wall as we come to the 6-minute mark of the first period. They're down 2-0 to Farmingdale. Crowell chips this off the near glass. Linesperson Jack Fetcher getting tripped up at the blue line, but he stays with the play. This cleared by Burns for Farmingdale. Scribner to Crowell. Off the D-to-D pass. This puck thrown through traffic at center, chased down by the San Diegan Rex Maloney. He tried to set up Henry Long, cutting toward the slot from the right dot. That pass didn't connect. Back it comes near side, beyond the reach of Maloney. This chase down by Mascaro, directly behind the Farmingdale goal. Rex Maloney plays the body on him. He tried to set up Quinn Scribner at the top of the zone. This taken away by Konkowski. Here's a 2-on-3 for Farmingdale. The drop pass to Bridgewood did not connect at the top of the near circle. Centered, shot. Was wide. And that came off the stick of Chris Keller. Not to be that guy, but these Farmingdale sweaters, dare I say, almost impossible to read. Maloney crashing the net off the setup from Afzelius. Puck never made it to the slot. This is cleared. Johns recovers. To Charles Allen. That was a close zone entry there, but ruled good by Jack Fetcher. Here's Ivers the other way, looking for a second goal. Zeke DiChiaro clogging up the mid-slot with the poke check of the turnover. Taking aim the other way was Allen off the setup from Diliberto. A save from Barron. A second save from Barron, and here come Farmingdale back the other direction. Good defensive play by DiChiaro to take away the chase chance from inside the right dot. Here's DiChiaro again. Breakout pass intended for Diliberto. Beyond his target, Alessi turns the momentum the other way. Ivers gives way to Ryan Anatra. Anatra over 1.5 points a game. In 7 appearances for Delaware, he's got 6 goals and 5 assists. First-year player making a huge impact for the AAU Blue Hens thus far. In comes Ivers. He maintains control of the puck. He shoots from the slot. This is caught and held by Schornstein. And we've got a break in the action with 10:56 to go in the first period of a 2-0 hockey game. Advantage Farmingdale in the early stages. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-LONG to schedule a free consultation or visit injuryde.com. The law office of Heather A. Long, the official personal injury lawyer of the Delaware Hockey Network. 10.5 to go in period number 1. Puck was directed out of play behind the Farmingdale goal, and Michael DePrisco is in for the attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens. At DePrisco's flanks are Kosh and O'Shaughnessy. Scribner chips the puck in low. DePrisco stripped of the vulcanized rubber. O'Shaughnessy offering some resistance, cutting off the lane that Eric Immel had up the far wall. Lakowitz could not complete the pass and maintain onside momentum. The other way. The shot from DePrisco was off its intended target. Contact off the play between Lakowitz and DePrisco after the rebound trickled wide. No icing against Farmingdale. Vastola had the opportunity to play the puck before the goal line. And this will come back offside with 9:34 to go in the first. Tactical error from Riley McGregor. And DePrisco wins the neutral zone draw for Delaware. But the struggles continue, as an icing will push the faceoff back into the Delaware zone with 9:28 to go here in the first, and Farmingdale up 2-0. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Johns, stretch pass beyond DePrisco's reach. DePrisco won the race to the goal line by a good length and a half over Kravitz to nullify the icing. Hard shot in from the point, and Afzelius was steered wide amid net front commotion. An icing against Farmingdale will set up an attacking zone draw for the Hens with 8:58 to go in the first. And still a 2-goal deficit to try to make up. O'Donnell joined by Singer. Starting center for Farmingdale. Second center in for the Blue Hens. Singer working with Solomon and Anatra. This line has combined for 10 goals so far this season. Anatra kicks this high in the zone. It's thrown across near side by Solomon. Solomon working the perimeter of the Farmingdale zone. Rather, this is Ryan Anatra. Steered behind the cage by McGregor. Loose puck. Held in. Stepping up from the corner was Connor Brooks. Anatra could not maintain the puck in close. It was cleared out by O'Donnell, who heads off for a change. 12 minutes have elapsed in the first period. The Zeke DiChiaro shot from the point was right into the pads of Barron. Here's a 3-on-1 the other way for Farmingdale, working up the right wing boards. That was McGregor barreling in. No, that was Bridgewood barreling in. Shot from distance turned aside by Schornstein. Keller tries to leave one high in the zone toward Bridgewood. The Hens clear. Alessi on the re-entry. Takes aim from the left point after ensuring the entry was onside. Schornstein with the pad save. Singer lifts the puck out of harm's way. It bounces down into the neutral zone. Hens change, and Frank Alessi regains for Farmingdale. Long shot. Turned aside by a Gavin Schornstein stick save. Holding the point is Keller. He dodges a check from Maloney and tries to work his way in below the Delaware goal. This controlled by Viola. Steered beyond the reach of Konkowski, but not out. Holding the point was Burns. 6:50 to go in the first period. Farmingdale 2, Delaware 0. Advancing pass to Maloney from Ty Vastola led to a long wide shot. Race for the puck in the near corner. Played on by Henry long behind the Farmingdale goal, but taken away by Jesse Burns and thrown up the middle of neutral ice. Konkowski couldn't reel it in at the Delaware blue line. It comes back to Alessi. Across ice to Smith. He lets the puck go after gaining center deep into the Delaware zone. Hughes tied up by Maloney. Now it becomes a two-a-side battle just inside the blue line. LaChase dug the puck free. Maloney pushed it back to center, and now Thomas Ivers. The first goal scorer comes barreling back into the Delaware end. He loses control of the puck behind the cage, Nick Viola. Across to Afzelius, who pile drives his way to center. On his backhand, he pushes the puck through traffic. Maloney chases it down in the far corner of the Farmingdale zone. But no support to maintain the Delaware momentum. This leads to Ivers heading a 1-on-2 entry the other direction. Burns protects the point. Working the near corner was LaChase. This held in by Mascaro. At the right point, cross-ice feed was intended for LaChase, taken away amid net front congestion. A sea of gray and pink sweaters right in front of Schornstein, blocking off that cross-slot pass as the Rams tried for a third goal. 5:12 to go in the first period of a 2-0 hockey game. Driving in up the right side was Anthony Rodriguez for Farmingdale, but he got slowed up by the presence of Gavin Johns round about the far dot. 2-on-2 counterattack led by Diliberto was stunted. Friendly fire over the line. A shot from DiChiaro right into the pads of Andrew Barron, coming up with his 7th save of the afternoon on 7 shots faced. Rams clear. DiChiaro had to put on the brakes. Play was not onside at the time that he was due to enter. And ultimately, the timing issues in the Farmingdale zone lead to the Rams gaining control. McGregor's stretch pass through the neutral zone. Too hot for Rodriguez to handle. He's steered to the far half wall, and he's forced to dump the puck in and wait for reinforcements. DePrisco leaves this behind the net. Brooks up the middle. O'Shaughnessy overskates the puck over the center blue hen logo. It's brought the other direction by Jesse Burns. The shot from the top of the circle, and Signoretti goes up into the glass and out of play. With 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the first period, Farmingdale with a 2-0 lead and an attacking zone draw coming up. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. The Sean O'Donnell shot, saved by Schornstein, who seems to have found his groove after a bit of a slow beginning. The face-off comes to his right with 3:37 to go in the first period. Farmingdale leading 2-0 over the Delaware Blue Hens, who win this D-zone draw. O'Donnell overpowered in the face-off circle, and O'Shaughnessy works the puck ahead to DePrisco up the right wing boards. Centering pass intended for Kosh joining the rush was stick-checked off its intended line. Scribner holds the zone, but he gives it away to Burns. Tipsy-doodling in from the right wall, and shooting was Tim Duffy, but that was sticked off target. We come to the antepenultimate minute of the first period of a 2-0 game. Farmingdale in those impossible-to-read sweaters without the aid of binoculars. The Rams looking to complete a sweep of the Hens this weekend. Duffy foiled by a reaching stick at the Delaware blue line. 2-on-1 the other way. DePrisco's shot off the cross slot pass was saved by Barron. In comes Kosh. He takes aim. The reaching stick of Adam Lakowitz broke up that chance from 30 feet. Anatra through congestion ricochets the puck off the near boards where it's controlled by Gavin Johns. Johns takes a hit from Smith in the near corner. Johns to Anatra. Anatra tried to deflect one in off a Farmingdale body in close. It was Chris Keller who was clogging up the low slot. Final minute 50 of the first period. Ryan Anatra looking to get the Hens on the board. Sticked out at the far wall by Bridgewood. Afzelius could not cut through the slot from the top of the left circle. This puck is cleared 1-on-1. The centering pass from Konkowski after receiving the stretch pass up the right dots, broken up by Johns, who heads off for a change. Meanwhile, the other direction, in comes Zach Solomon. He tried to put one on a T net front, but that puck was deflected. Long shot from Anatra was on target. Barron with save number 9. Final 75 of the first period. Konkowski all alone with Schornstein. Could not get a third for the Rams. And a puck out of play gives us a chance to catch our breath with 73 seconds to go in the first period of what stands a 2-0 hockey game. Advantage the Rams of Farmingdale. Face-off has been spotted to the left of Gavin Schornstein. Viola to take the draw for Delaware. This is protected by McGregor in the near corner. Centering pass, getting stick on puck was Kravitz, but he couldn't generate the shot. One-on-one the other direction. Rex Maloney lets one rip from 40 in a one-on-one, but his shot was rushed high and wide off the glass. Viola could not hold the zone. This taken away by Ivers in neutral territory. Throwing a shoulder at him is Nick Viola. Battle for the puck migrates in low. This set up for Brandon Hughes. His shot denied by Shorenstein, who scrambles to get back in position. A couple rapid fire saves. Third chance from the top of the zone off the stick of Riley McGregor was steered high and away. Final 23, Rex Maloney, another one-on-one off a neutral zone turnover. He comes barreling in, he crosses to his forehand, couldn't get the shot away. Long crashing the net, couldn't get stick on puck either. Down to the final 12 of the first period. This is Ivers. Kept high in the zone by Matt Crowell, stepping up to turn up the pressure onto the defensive. The final seconds will tick away. Final shot from Burns, held on to by Shorenstein, and that does it for the first period. At the end of 20 minutes, the score, SUNY Farmingdale Rams 2, Delaware Blue Hens 0. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
As the lights come on, and the teams re-enter Fred Rust Arena, the Blue Hens prepare to bounce back from a 2-0 first period deficit, and we'll take you back to see how the Farmingdale Rams got there. Thomas Ivers with his third goal of the season off a neutral zone turnover at the 3:35 mark of the first period. Another D-zone turnover paved the way for this Michael Lorico goal, his second of the year, to make this a 2-0 hockey game. Advantage the SUNY Farmingdale Rams. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena. The Rams took a 5-1 decision over Delaware last night at Gold Arena. And again, the top two teams in the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference meet to kick off what's a Saturday triple header here on the Delaware Hockey Network, live on the 412. Farmingdale moving left to right here in second period play in their away black sweaters. And they notch their third goal of the game, just 22 seconds into the second period. Wasting absolutely no time. And that was Lorico again. potting his second of the game. Make it 4. Two goals in just the first minute. Of the second period, and they both come in. Off the stick of Lorico. A lot to get through here. As we await the confirmation on the particulars regarding these two Farmingdale goals. And here we go. Farmingdale's third goal, third of the season, second of the game, scored by number 9, Michael Lorico. Assisted by number 15, Sean O'Donnell, and number 5, Jacob Kravitz. Time of the goal, 22 seconds in the second period. Lorico's third, second of the game. Assisted by O'Donnell and Kravitz at 22 seconds. Farmingdale's fourth goal. Fourth of the season, third of the game, scored by number 9, Michael Lorico. Assisted by number 15, Sean O'Donnell. Time of the goal, 55 seconds in the second period. Lorico's fourth, third of the game from O'Donnell at 55 seconds. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second period. The Blue Hens have now been outscored by SUNY Farmingdale 9-1 over the course of the weekend. Alex Burchard in for the draw across from Hughes. Diliberto tried to walk in up the middle, but was stonewalled 10 feet inside the Farmingdale line. This comes to Vastola. Tipped by Diliberto into the near corner of the Farmingdale zone. Recovered there by Charles Allen. He caroms the puck to the right half wall, where Crowell is met by Ivers. The Rams back on the offensive, but unable to hold the zone. McGregor takes a hit from Allen into the near glass upon recovering the puck. He turns it over across neutral territory. Burchard circles behind the net. He brings us out to the near edge of the near circle. Shot attempt was well off its intended target. Allen pinched to the backboards and taken off the puck by McGregor. The centering feed to Burchard led to a point-blank shot, which was turned aside by Andrew Barron, who's a perfect 11 for 11 of the save department. Frank Alessi couldn't set anything up from the near corner of the Delaware zone. We've just passed the 4-minute mark of the second period. Shot off the post, ricochets over the glass and out of play. 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Into the second period of a 4-0 game, Farmingdale. The D-zone draw coming up to the right of their netminder, Andrew Barron, who has stopped all 11 shots he's faced. Ryan Anatra gets the puck back from Solomon after winning the near circle face-off, but his shot from close up was well wide. DiChiaro holds the point. He rolls the puck in low. It's maintained by Anatra for Delaware. Anatra double-teamed. He gets a shove at the near half wall from Devine. Devine backhands this just over the Farmingdale blue line. Enough to force the Hens to have to regroup in neutral ice. Johns pulls back behind his own goal. Lakowitz holding the right point. Foils the breakout, launches the puck in deep. The shot from Devine was on target but bodied away by Schornstein for save number 12. Solomon leaves us across ice. Lane Singer steers the puck in to the Farmingdale zone off his backhand, and that facilitates at least a partial change for Delaware. Just over 5 minutes have elapsed in the second period of this 4-0 game. Advantage, Rams over the Hens. And the second half of a weekend set here in Newark. O'Shaughnessy turns up the forechecking heat. He forces the turnover from Alessi. The close-up shot from Kosh was bodied down and away by Andrew Barron. Kosh got his own rebound. He leaves this to Crowell. Shot through traffic. Was deflected in a congested low slot near side. Brooks' follow-up opportunity. Foiled again in net front commotion. Brooks back to center, recovers for Delaware. He lofts the puck into the far corner of the Farmingdale zone. It's recovered there by Adam Lakowitz. Played up the near side by O'Donnell. And this will come back an icing against the Rams with 13:47 to go in period number 2 of what currently stands a 4-0 game. Rams with the advantage on the score sheet. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important. And Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Face off to the left of Barron, who survives an onslaught from the dot. Kyle Kosh with a secondary shot, held on to by Barron for a pause. The sounds of the Fred Rust Arena organist back for the 2024-25 season. Filling the stoppage in play. Kosh draws a penalty. The centering pass to DePrisco led to a shot in close that was kicked aside by Barron. Possession and control gained. And 6:45 into the second period, we see our first penalty of the afternoon. We'll see what Brad Howington has. Hooking the call on Mascaro. So for the first time this afternoon, a Delaware Sports Medicine power play is upon us. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities at DelawareSportsMedicine.com. DESportsmed.com. That's the right URL. Delaware Sports Medicine with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend. Here for every athlete in your family. Farmingdale penalty was assessed to number 79, Angelo Mascaro. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 45 seconds in the second period. Mascaro, 2 for hooking at 6:45. Solomon leads the re-entry into Farmingdale territory. He's steered by Smith to the far corner. In comes Anatra. He tried to skip a shot in from close. Barron got a piece of it to direct the puck behind the cage. Here's Singer. Off the setup from Maloney, couldn't hold the zone. Lane Singer trails back into his end lazily. Farmingdale gets a free change effectively. And the Hens foil their opportunity to take advantage. Oh, my goodness. 5 for Farmingdale. In a shorthanded goal that if you're on the Delaware side, you just hate to see materialize. That's an own goal. Whew. Oh, my goodness. The Farmingdale goal, credited to number 83, Frank Alessi, his second of the season. Time of the shorthanded goal, 8 minutes, 6 seconds in the second period. Alessi, his second, unassisted at 8:06. Now in goal for Delaware, number 35, Nathan DeRoche. So 39 seconds remain on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. DeRoche coming in relief after Schornstein led up 5. And the Hens have themselves a mighty, mighty, mighty mountain to climb. Five goals on 17 shots. Schornstein has certainly seen better days, and he'll certainly see better days again. Kosh swarmed at the blue line. Puck taken away from him. Scribner back to recover. Stretch pass intended for Long was broken up. Scribner pursued by Hughes. O'Shaughnessy flips this ahead to Long. Long slowed up just inside the line. He protects the zone, but only barely. Puck left high to Scribner. Played off the far boards. O'Shaughnessy steers this behind the net. Recovering for Farmingdale is Dylan Bridgewood. He crosses to the left dots to enter the Delaware zone, but he's into a 2-on-4 with 10:35 to go in the second period. The Delaware own goal credited to Frank Alessi of Farmingdale. If the wind wasn't out of the Delaware sails to begin with, it sure is now, and we've got a hand pass signaled with 10:09 remaining in the second. This will come back into Delaware territory as we near halfway in this contest. Bridgewood in for the face-off. Across from fourth line center for Delaware, Alex Burchard. Blue Hens do manage to clear off the D-zone draw. Kravitz plays this behind his own net. D-partner McGregor plastered against the backboards. Emerging with the puck is Diliberto. And he takes an excessively hard hit from Bridgewood in the far corner. And this is going to turn chippy here in a hurry if Messrs. Fannin and Howington aren't careful. And the extracurriculars between Burchard and Bridgewood mounting well after the play. There it is. It is going to be called roughing against Bridgewood. And for the second time this afternoon, the Blue Hens are on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. DESportsmed.com, the place to go. Farmingdale penalty was assessed to number 52, Dylan Bridgewood. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 16 seconds in the second period. Bridgewood 2 for roughing at 10:16. Crowell behind the net. Kosh looking for space at the goal mouth. Puck is tied up now by Jesse Burns behind the Farmingdale goal and launched clear. Burns joined on this penalty kill by the forechecking Immel. Another one's going to go. What does Will Fannin have here? Interference. So for a minute and 17 seconds, as Jesse Burns goes off for interference, the Blue Hens will be 5-on-3. DePrisco, Kosh, O'Shaughnessy, Scribner and Crowell. The 5 on this Delaware power play. Up 2 men for the next 65. Here's Crowell with a one-timer, which was wide. Farmingdale penalty was assessed to number 7, Jesse Burns. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 59 seconds in the second period. Burns 2 for interference at 10:59. The golden triangle of Rams. LaChase, Kravitz, and Smith. 3-on-2 for the Hens. Here's a drop pass to Michael DePrisco and a long shot. Off the feed from Kosh was off its target. Crowell barely holds the point. DePrisco leaves this back to Crowell. DePrisco steps up from center point. He flips this behind his back to Brooks. Brooks opens fire from the top of the left circle. His shot was blocked as Kravitz stepped up to apply heavier pressure. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. DePrisco from the O'Shaughnessy setup got a shot on it. It was kicked away far side by Barron, and the rebound chance goes in. So finally the Hens light the lamp. It took them 32 minutes and change to do it. And Matt Crowell connects on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play to give the Hens their first of the afternoon, and the long road to recovery begins. So for Matt Crowell, that is his first goal of the season. And for the Blue Hens, their first goal of the afternoon, as they cut their deficit now to 4. Oh, Delaware goal! His first of the season. Scored by number 27, Matt Crowell. Assisted by number 12, Michael DePrisco. And number 21, Griffin O'Shaughnessy. Time of the power play goal, 12 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period. And a second Delaware goal. Just like that. Has solidified the momentum shift for the Blue Hens. It was deflected in. Off the Farmingdale defender. And it will be credited to Zach Solomon. The time of the first Delaware goal was 12 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period. Recapping by rule, Crowell's first from DePrisco and O'Shaughnessy at 12:13. Delaware's second goal, 5th of the season, credited to number 18, Zach Solomon. Time of the unassisted goal, 13 minutes, 21 seconds. In the second period. Solomon's 5th, unassisted at 13:21. So an own goal is a rarity enough on its own. But to see 2 in the same game? For as long as we've been doing this, I don't think I've ever seen 2 own goals, one from each side, in the same contest. This is an icing against Delaware. And the Hens and Rams will get right back where they started from with 5:49 to go in the second period. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and clientele, your team and your fans, whatever the case may be. More about that in a moment, as the Rams have just gotten their 6th of the afternoon. And this is going to go to Chris Keller. Good for his 2nd of the year. Steered wide off the draw. Tic-tac-toe with a 14-19 mark of the second period as all 3 components of the Farmingdale forward line contribute to extend the Rams' lead back to 4. As we were saying, broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. Want to know more? Visit us at 412communications.com. Farmingdale's 6th goal, 2nd of the season, scored by number 26, Chris Keller. Assisted by number 17, Thomas Konkowski, and number 52, Dylan Bridgewood. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 19 seconds in the second period. Keller's second from Konkowski and Bridgewood at 14-19. Four and a half to go in the second period of a 6-2 hockey game. Farmingdale regaining momentum after giving up a pair of rapid-fire Delaware goals just a few moments ago. And here we go. Linesman Adam Wheeler quickly getting between Kyle Kosh and Frank Alessi. And they're both going to go. Roughing for both. At the 4:12 mark of period 2. Face-off will be spotted right in front of us. Four on four will be the state of play after the matching minors. Farmingdale penalty, assist to number 83, Frank Alessi. Delaware penalty, assist to number 7, Kyle Kosh. Both guys 2 minutes each for roughing. Time of the penalties, 15 minutes, 48 seconds in the second period. Alessi and Kosh, 2 each for roughing at 15:48. Anatra working the perimeter of the zone. He walks in from the dot, and a poke check from Jacob Kravitz of Farmingdale slows him up in his attack for a third goal. Kravitz works the puck out of the neutral zone to Hughes. This bounces back down just inside the Farmingdale line. Solomon pulls back for a concerted re-entry. 3 minutes and change to go in the second period of a 6-2 hockey game. Rams leading the Blue Hens again by 4. That shot from Anatra, headed wide of the post, steered wider yet by Andrew Barron, who's stopped 20 of 22 total shots to this point. Kravitz to Ivers. On further to Rodriguez, taken away by O'Shaughnessy, hustling back into his own zone. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Luciano Signoretti leaves us across ice to Rodriguez up the middle. He comes barreling back into the Delaware zone. We're back to 5-on-5. We've got 2 minutes left in the second period of a 6-2 game. Mascaro across the line. The shot from Smith was off target and it ricochets off the backboards. This steered behind the net by Rodriguez. And unable to jam the puck home was Signoretti. He's shut out by Nathan DeRoche, who comes up with the save with 1:46 to go in the second period. The 6-2 hockey game. Farmingdale with a clear-cut advantage over the Delaware Blue Hens in their second meeting of the weekend. Maloney leaves this to Johns working the right point. Centering past to Long, who had space in the mid-slot, but he bobbled the puck. Coming back the other direction is Tim Duffy. And thanks to Duffy in the slot, the Rams get the convert, and it's a 7-2 game. Duffy with the primary assist. Coming into today, I thought I had pretty good eyesight. These Farmingdale sweaters have certainly changed our mind on the matter. Farmingdale goal, 4th of the game, 5th of the season, scored by number 9, Michael Lorico. It was assisted by number 47, Tim Duffy. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 40 seconds in the second period. Lorico's 5th, 4th of the game from Duffy at 18:40. So we stand at 7-2. Duffy calling for the puck in the slot. Meanwhile, working the top of the zone was Immel. This comes back to O'Donnell holding the right point. Long shot launched in by Alessi. It was steered wide. This is chipped off the glass by Long. Maloney wins the race to the puck to negate the icing, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the second period. At the conclusion of 40 minutes, the score, Farmingdale 7, Delaware 2. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins on our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Of course, Yogi Berra is famous for having said, among other things, it ain't over till it's over, but the Delaware Blue Hens have themselves a mighty uphill battle here in the third period after trailing 7-2 at the conclusion of 40 minutes of hockey. Power play goal for the Hens, 12-13 into the second period, came off the stick of Matt Crowell from the point. But the story here has been controlled by Michael Lorico, who has accounted for 4 of Farmingdale's 7 goals. To make matters worse for Delaware, those 7 goals have taken place on just 20 shots faced. Gavin Schornstein was retired 5 goals in after 17 shots. Nathan DeRoche flat-footed out the gate in relief, letting up 2 on 3. Can the Hens change the narrative in the third period? We're about to find out as Alex Burchard is in against Sean O'Donnell for the opening face-off in the third period. The 4th Delaware line in against Farmingdale's starters. And the one-timer from Burchard in the low slot was wide. Hens trying to grind forward, maybe set up mismatches deeper in the line chart to try to generate some momentum. Lorico tips the puck in behind the Delaware goal. It's poked by DeRoche, once again to the near corner. This is carried forth by Burchard. Centering pass intended for Diliberto didn't connect. The backhand shot from in close was wide. Foot race for a loose puck, Jesse Burns. Backhands it beyond the reach of Ty Vastola, who hustles back deep into his own zone. Burchard again. Off the setup from Scribner, shovels us across ice, and it will come back an icing 68 seconds into the third. Alex Burchard wins the D-zone draw over Keller, one of the 4 Farmingdale goal scorers. Of course, Michael Lorico with 4 on the day, Alessi and Ivers, the others to find the back of the Delaware net. Burns gains the center line off the cross-ice pass before flipping the puck behind the Delaware goal. Played by DeRoche up the far wall and out courtesy Kosh, but it's brought right back in by Dylan Bridgewood. The shot from the far dot off the stick of Chris Keller was deflected wide near side by DeRoche and subsequently cleared. Kosh gets stood up. He pursues the puck behind the cage, backhands it toward DePrisco. Cross-ice pass was intended for Afzelius, but it was deflected offline, and this entry will be called offside. We stand corrected. That was not offside. Puck was deflected into the Farmingdale bench area by a Rams player. So the faceoff came back in their zone. We're just beyond the 2-minute mark. Of the third period. About 22 seconds of bonus hockey coming our way. Afzelius could not cut net front. Anatra back to recover. He gives us away in the neutral zone to Brandon Hughes. Here's Brooks working up the right wing boards. A poke check from Thomas Smith. Slowed him up at the Farmingdale blue line. And the puck is sent skittering back into the Delaware zone, where Zeke DiChiaro, product of Delaware Military Academy, hustles back to recover for the Hens, but the clearing attempt is foiled. .16:48 to go in regulation. Muscling toward the net was Immel, but his shot was off target. Immel again working below the cage. Swatted in by Kravitz, trailing just beyond midway in the Delaware zone. This bounced out near side where Zach Solomon. Neither team sweaters that particularly easy to read. Solomon up the middle. Gains the Farmingdale line, but he skates into a 2-on-5. He tries to stick handle while waiting for the reinforcements, but he turns the puck over. Kravitz clears. Signoretti sends the puck the rest of the way into the Delaware zone. It's volleyed back deep into the Farmingdale end. Just beyond 4 minutes gone in period number 3 of a 7-2 hockey game. Rams with a clear-cut lead over the Hens. Crowell looking for a second. Got one on net. It was kicked away by Barron. Good for save number 21. This will be called offside with 15:27 to go. Farmingdale with the face-off win. The shot came from Lorico. DeRoche holds. Face-off to DeRoche's right. 15:22 remaining. Two-on-two for the Hens. Maloney just onside as this puck is thrown in by Henry Long. Maloney leaves this to the point where a rocket from Quinn Scribner is held on to by Andrew Barron for a pause in play. And the face-off will come to Barron's right with 15:22 to go in the third period. SUNY Farmingdale Rams maintaining that commanding 7-2 lead over Delaware. 2-on-1. And the shot from alternate captain Tim Duffy was turned aside by DeRoche. Glad we brought our binoculars today. Turnover. Diliberto could not walk the puck in after having clear road up the slot. Diliberto will try again. He gets a shot in from 30. This caught and held by Andrew Barron for the pause. Burchard tied up over the circle, crashing the net. The shot from deeper in the zone, and Allen, still inside the hash marks, though, was wide. 3-on-2 the other way for Farmingdale. Bridgewood tried to flip the puck to Konkowski, but couldn't find his man at the left dot. This is lofted back up ice by Alessi. Walked in by Johns. Shot was well off its target. It ricochets off the backboards to the far corner of the Farmingdale zone. Burchard tries to walk it in. Centering pass. Allen got stick on puck, but he was triple teamed in a very congested low slot. 2-on-2 the other way. Bridgewood's shot was wide. It ricochets off the back glass. Here comes Burchard again into a 1-on-3 while the other hens change. Burchard tried to cross over to his backhand and pile drive his way into the Farmingdale goal mouth. But the puck was taken away from him, and now Konkowski is stripped of the vulcanized rubber by Kosh. And after the fact, shoulder check into the near glass, separates Kosh from the puck, and it opens the door for Thomas Konkowski to headman to Bridgewood. His shot in close, covered up by DeRoche for a pause with 13:20 to go. In the third period, Farmingdale with a 7-2 lead over Delaware from Fred Rust Arena in the first leg of a Delaware Hockey Network triple header. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal best and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. Just over 7 minutes have elapsed in the third period of a 7-2 hockey game. Farmingdale with the advantage over the Delaware Blue Hens. The Ivers headman pass did not connect. Working in close was LaChase, but he fanned on the puck down low. O'Shaughnessy, centering feed, never made it to Kosh, whose stick was lifted in the low slot. Odd man rushed the other way. Ivers looking for a second. Backhand shot after he got around Vastola was off its intended target. This is DePrisco. He gains the center stripe. He's sure to be ahead of it before he flips the puck into the far corner of the Farmingdale zone. Hens change up. And this will be sent back into Farmingdale territory with 12:06 to go in regulation. Face-off will be to the right of Andrew Barron, who has stopped 23 of 25 Delaware shots. Burns tied up at the left point by Afzelius. Afzelius now emerges in the far corner, trying to protect for Delaware. He takes a hip check from Rodriguez, turning up the forechecking heat. Emerging is Lane Singer for the Blue Hens. Gavin Johns to Solomon. Cross-ice breakout pass. Finds Anatra. He skates in up the left dots. He's pinched to the far corner. He absorbs a check from McGregor and keeps on ticking. The centering feed, though, sails beyond the reach of Lane Slinger, who came into the slot area. Puck in at the control of Farmingdale and cleared out by Eric Immel as we work our way to halfway in the third period of a 7-2 Farmingdale lead over Delaware. This will be an icing. Face-off will come back to the right of Delaware's Nathan DeRoche. And it goes the way of Keller. Shot from center point made it through. This was skipped net front by Konkowski. Nobody home for the redirect chance. Solomon looking for a lane, kept high in the slot by Keller. Shot from 35 feet was wide ultimately. 10 and change to go. Howington taken down in the far corner. Brad's back up, so is everybody else. And Frank Alessi sends the puck the length of the ice from deep in the Farmingdale zone. Icing was waved off by linesman Adam Wheeler. Bridgewood to Alessi. Across to the top of the right circle, winding up from distance was McGregor, but the shot was off target. 9.5 to go. Frank Alessi again from 35. Blocker saved by DeRoche, and he freezes for the pause. Face off. Right of DeRoche. Maintain. No! Fanned on by Smith at the point. Here's Viola. Breakaway. Backhand. High and wide. Pivotal counterattack for Delaware. But the shot from Nick Viola was well off the target it needed to have. 9 minutes to go. Farmingdale 7, Delaware 2. Elvis is making a break for the exit, not in a good way from the Hens' perspective. O'Shaughnessy, cross-ice pass. On the doorstep was long, but his stick was lifted in the welcome mat area. O'Shaughnessy couldn't find an open net. Neither could Long, as crossing over to the near corner was Barron to seal off the cage. Puck is tied up now to the right of Andrew Barron and cleared over the glass and out. Burchard with the face-off win. The shot from Diliberto made it on net. Barron with save number 24. This comes back to Zeke DiChiaro. DiChiaro boots the puck deeper into Farmingdale territory, but the Rams set up an odd man counterattack. And they set up their 8th goal in the act. Was that Immel? Yes, it was. So 12:21 into the third period. The Rams get their 8th. And this one is well out of reach for the Blue Hens. Farmingdale goal scored by number 16, Eric Immel. assisted by number 86, Luciano Signoretti. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 21 seconds of the third period. Immels first from Signoretti at 12:21. Final 7 and change of the contest. Crowell to Brooks. Cleared, fired right back in from just over the Delaware blue line by Kravitz. This is pursued by Kosh. Played behind the net to DePrisco. This comes high. Connor Brooks with a hard long shot, but an inaccurate shot just the same. Brooks again. Gets one net front. DePrisco, no! Got his own rebound, but he was denied by a lunging Andrew Barron. The Farmingdale faithful show their appreciation as Andrew Barron, making his first start of the season, has brought with him a fairly hefty fan club sitting right in front of the 412 Communications press box, and what a good-natured group they are. 6:15 remaining. Puck into the rafters and out of play. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. We've entered the final 6 of our first game today. Looking at what's to come on the Delaware Hockey Network, as the result of this contest is pretty much a foregone conclusion. At 4:30 p.m., the Delaware women take on Penn. And then at 7:45, the Delaware men's Division II team, currently riding a 6-game winning streak, take on the Quakers of Penn before hitting the road for the next couple weeks of their schedule. After the DeRoche save, face-off is spotted to the right of the Delaware net. 5:36 to go in this contest, which has seen the SUNY Farmingdale Rams steadily outpace the Delaware Blue Hens. Bridgewood walking in, net is dislodged. And another one. Puck lofted through the rafters and out by Alessi, trying to hold the point. And at this point, we think the Fred Rust Arena organist is just trying to stay awake. Some days are like that. Alessi from center point gives one away to Afzelius. Here's a Natra with a hard shot, trying to cut through the high slot, but it was steered high and away. Natra double-teamed in the far corner of the Farmingdale zone. He's joined by Viola, trying to maintain possession and position for the Hens. Natra held up, shoved off the puck, by Dylan Bridgewood. That battle migrates to center. Konkowski leaves it back into the Delaware zone after running into traffic right at the stripe. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It's an 8-2 hockey game. Farmingdale's long since put this one away. Brooks holds the left point. He does again. He takes a lazy late check after getting the puck in deep. It comes back out. Konkowski in a 1-on-2 beats DiChiaro, but he does not beat DeRoche, who comes up with a key save. We'll see this again on the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay as players gather after the whistle. While this game is certainly out of reach now for the Blue Hens. Tip of the hat to Nathan DeRoche. For what was a well-executed glove save and a freeze to keep this an 8-2 hockey game. So DeRoche has given up 3 on 13. Barron's given up 2 on 28. This shot from LaChase was blocked. We'll turn the page for the second leg of our triple header. In roundabout an hour's time. As the Delaware women host the Quakers of Penn. Final 3 minutes upon us. A long Farmingdale shot caught by DeRoche, and he releases the puck, so play continues. Now down to the final 2:20. Immel leaves this to Mascaro. Shot blocked from the left point. Puck is cleared. Here's Rex Maloney, the San Diegan, on a breakaway. Backhand. Lofted high. Another point-blank breakaway try with too much elevation on the puck. And we've entered the final 2 minutes of what will assuredly be a Farmingdale sweep of the Blue Hens. Rams will improve to 5-1-1 on the season. But the Hens' Jack Diliberto not for lack of effort, brings this back to within 5. We see it again on the Delaware on the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. Our good friends at Delaware Sports Medicine have moved up to the power play here this season. In any case, it was Diliberto getting his second of the season. A Delaware goal! His second of the season. Scored by number 13, Jack Diliberto. Assisted by number 12, Michael DePrisco, and number 19, Charles Allen. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 20 seconds in the third period. Diliberto's second from DePrisco and Allen at 18:20. Quick shot off the draw, caught and held on to by DeRoche, and we'll do it all again with just 2 seconds ticking off the clock. And linespeople Jack Fetcher and Adam Wheeler in to defuse a gathering of college-age boys net front. Rodriguez and DePrisco. And a 9th goal, this right off the draw. The Farmingdale Rams adding insult to injury as Anthony Rodriguez lights the lamp. Off the face-off, and Lorico's going to get the assist. That's Rodriguez's first of the year. Coming at the 18:43 mark of the third period. The Farmingdale goal, first of the season, scored by number 14, Anthony Rodriguez. Assisted by number 9, Michael Lorico. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 43 seconds of the third period. Rodriguez is first from Lorico at 18:43. Final 35. The shot from O'Shaughnessy was sticked away by DeRoche. We've got a man down net front. And play is now whistled dead as slow to his feet is Kyle Kosh. And in a welcome display of sportsmanship, you can see in goalie Andrew Barron's body language a tone of "are you okay?" And then Kosh takes a swipe at Ivers on his way back to his feet, and now on his way to the dressing room with 15 seconds to go. So what was a benign moment, at least to begin with, didn't take very long to go south. Final 15.6 seconds of a 9-3 hockey game. Of course not. And let's hope this can come to a conclusion uneventfully from here, as the O'Shaughnessy shot was paddled away by Barron. And that brings it to the end. Tonight's final score, Farmingdale Rams 9, Delaware Blue Hens 3. Final shots on goal, Farmingdale 33, Delaware 30. Fans, it's time for the Sid's 3 Stars of the Game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Today's third star with 3 assists for Farmingdale, number 15, Sean O'Donnell. Today's number 2 star with 28 saves for Farmingdale, number 32, Andrew Barron. And the number 1 star of the game, leading the Farmingdale Rams with 4 goals and an assist, number 9, Michael Lorico. So we turn the page to the second leg of our DHN triple header today. The Delaware women will square off against Penn. That's up in 53 minutes at the bottom of the 4 o'clock hour. 4 goals and an assist from Michael Lorico lead Farmingdale to their 5th win of the season and the second half of a weekend sweep over Delaware. For the whole crew, for our assistant producer and videographer, Broadway Joe Sindoni, for Eli Swope, for Mo, for Butler, for the entire DHN family, James Witherite saying thank you for your company. We'll see you again in the very near future. Good night to you all.